Super Mario Party Jamboree is finally here after months and months of waiting. But is it the best Mario Party? To be honest, I think so. I don't think it's recency bias either. I think it's just a genuinely great game with so many mini games, which is what the topic is in today's video. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 mini games. I'm definitely not ranking all of them because there's a lot of mini games. So let's just get started. Okay, this has to be one of the funniest mini games in the entire game. Slappy Go Round is great because it's just so hilarious, dude. It's also very strategic too because you have to know when your opponent's gonna jump and what time. And you also need to know when to fool them. So it's a game of wits and it's just hysterical at the same time. To be honest, it's a very, very fun mini game, especially with real people, because then you get to laugh and have a good time while also having coins or maybe a star on the line. So it can get pretty intense and pretty hilarious. At first, Carousel just seems like, your average obstacle course minigame. But then boom, you reach 30 seconds. The carousel is going at like 30 miles per hour. It's going so fast. The obstacles are coming so fast at you. There's 2 electric fences. You don't want to go too far to the front or the back. It's just a lot of fun. And then after that, you got like another 20 seconds pass. And now the carousel's going like 100 miles per hour. It just gets faster and faster. And, instead of it ending, there's also like an endless mode. I mean, usually it does end. Like if you're playing with a party, it ends. But there's an endless mode too. So you can just go on forever and ever. And this is only one of the 3 endless mini games on the list. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Carousel. Okay, this is immediately food related, and I don't know why, but every time Nintendo makes a food related Mario Party minigame, they decide to make it one of the best minigames in the entire series, and Prime Cut is no exception. Already the steak looks absolutely delicious, and to be honest, it's just fun to see if you can perfectly cut it in half, especially with a real person, because you're really more likely to cut it in half with a real person than a stupid CPU. But it's just fun regardless, and plus it's a food-related minigame. Food-related minigames are usually really good, and this is definitely not the last food-related minigame on the list. I already know that I'm about to get flamed for this one, no pun intended, but hot blocks or hot cross blocks, whatever it's called, it's genuinely a genius minigame. Here's the thing, you gotta cross the lava river by picking your own set of blocks, but here is the catch. You cannot select the same block pattern as anybody else. If you do, it's not gonna count. This is a genius idea because why would you be able to pick the same pattern as someone else? That would just be too easy, and I like challenge and fun in my minigames. You could yell at your friends in this minigame. It's just a lot of fun. It makes you think. It's a good minigame. Spoiler alert, this is the only Koopathon minigame on the list. Also, I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but there's not going to be any ally minigames or tilt control minigames because I felt like that would be unfair to the other minigames, so I might just put them in a separate video. Anyway, in this minigame, you just have to rush, wait for the breads to turn golden brown, get it? And you just don't let them burn out. Don't let them burn out. You have to get as many as you can. It's very difficult, very challenging, and very fun for that reason. You don't know what you're doing half the time, and it's amazing, and I love it. You don't know how many coins you're gonna get. You could get a million, you could get 0. It's just a very fun, very fun turn of events. You don't know what's gonna happen. I usually hate quiz minigames, but this is definitely the best one. Quiz minigames, in my opinion, are not known for being the best. But Thwomp the Difference is a big exception. Because it's so slow and so long, which is usually a bad thing. But the Thwomp's not fully covering up or not fully revealing, the fruits that are behind them just makes it so suspenseful. It just makes it funny and competitive with others, especially family members, because you want to be first, but you don't want to be wrong either. So it's a game of wits. Again, I know I have a lot of these games of wits on my list, but that's just the truth, and it's very fun. I think I speak for many people when I say Domination is definitely Mario Party's best button masher ever. All of the thwomps, or womps, sorry, going down like dominoes, it's just so satisfying. And watching your line being the biggest line, all of that hard work and effort going into that long line of like thwomps, it just feels like very rewarding for some reason. I don't know why. It just feels very rewarding, jeez. And this is another one that gets very competitive, especially against your friends this time. I feel like since it just gets really competitive against your friends to see which one of you is the best button masher. And yeah, it's just an overall really good time. Man, 2-axis taxi or 2-axis taxi. I say 2-axis taxi because it sounds way better. Anyway, 2-axis taxi just reminds me of like an older Mario Party minigame, because like usually the older Mario Party minigames are way longer and more fun to traverse and have like a more unique outline or whatever layout. And 2-axis taxi just feels like that. It feels like a classic Mario Party minigame. A classic Mario Party 2v2, which is what I love about it. It just reminds me of the older Mario Party minigames in the best way possible, because the older ones are honestly some of the best ones. So it kind of just brings back that charm, and it's just a good minigame overall. It's a good 2v2, the best 2v2 on this list and in the game. So yeah, great minigame. Cold Front is just a who can stay on the longest minigame, but just like Carousel, it gets really hard and really challenging, but also really fun because, again, another wits minigame where you have to think outside the box, and then if you do, you win. But also like Carousel, this is an endless minigame, which means you can go on for a really long time, which is a fun thing. This minigame is just a complete blast, and for some reason it gives me Mario Odyssey vibes, which is my favorite game of all time. That might be why it's at number 2, if I'm gonna be honest. But even if it didn't remind me of Mario Odyssey, it would still probably be on this top 10 list. But it's just a great minigame overall. But now let's get to the best minigame. I told you there'd be another food-related minigame. Sandwich just feels like the book squirm of Super Mario Party Jamboree. That's literally the first thing I thought after I played this minigame. And it really is a great game. Like, the more you play it, the more you realize that it's the silhouettes that tell you that the sandwich is going to fall, and it's not like the placement of the sandwich. It's difficult. The layout's confusing. The camera angle is confusing. There's a lot of things wrong with this minigame, but I love it. I love it for what it is. It's just genius. You just keep going until you die. You keep going forever. And guess what? That's what I just explained there. Endless mode. This game is so fun against friends. You're probably going to lose 9 out of 10 times, but that's the beauty of it because it's Mario Party. It feels like the best combination of skill and luck. The music, amazing. The minigame, amazing. The balance, amazing. It's just a great minigame and the best this game has to offer. Lastly, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. More Mario videos are coming out in the future, I promise. I know I haven't been making that many Mario videos, but I'm actually working on another one right now. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Alright, catch you guys later.